Hello, friends and wine enthusiasts. My name is Dawn.
I'm Sabrina.
And welcome to the Wine Cellar. This week, if I could do the happy dance, if I knew how to floss and I was cool like that, I would probably be doing it right now. But since I'm not hip like that, I'm just over the moon excited to be bringing this one to you guys this week. This is all Rieslings. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! If you have never tried a Riesling, I'm telling you, don't sleep on them. They're good. They're good. They're probably one of the most versatile wines that you can have as far as pairing with food because of their acidity and the texture that they have. They are one of the few wines that you could pretty much bring to a dinner and not know what they're cooking, and it'll probably go with it just fine. I'm going to get into a bunch of fun facts as she's pouring the wine, but for right now, I just want to tell you a little bit about where we're going to start, where we're going to go. We have a whole tour of the world going on.
Yes.
Just to give a little backstory, Germany is actually the birthplace of Rieslings. The first documentation of the Riesling grape varietal dates back to 1435. I thought I was old until I read that. And it grows best in cool and cold climates. Now, there are places that are making Riesling wines now that have a warmer climate, and we will be discussing how that affects the taste palette, but that's what I'm going to start off with for right now. I will introduce the wines just to tell you where we're going, just so that you kind of know, and then we'll get into the details of the wine as we're doing each one. We're starting off with a Chateau St Michelle because she is probably in the United States the most popular brand of Reisling wine. I didn't do the standard one that is served in most restaurants and bars because I wanted to try something a little different from her line. But it is one of her wines, and since that's what we know, that way once we taste that, we know what after that, how it's good, bad, indifferent, whatever. The next one, I'm excited to try this one. This is from Dr. Lucen. This is a German wine. Again, Germany is the birthplace of Riesling, and it is where most of the Riesling grapes are actually grown, is in Germany. Then we have Austria, and we have one from France. So I'll get into the different valleys and vineyards within those countries that are known for Riesling, so that when you're picking a Riesling, you'll kind of know the best areas to choose from. We'll discuss the dryness of them. We'll describe the elephant in the room, which I'll get to a little bit later. But because there is an elephant in the room when it comes to Rieslings, and if you've had them before, then you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I don't want to spoil any of it. We'll talk about that much later because I don't want to deter you. Now, Rieslings did kind of have like a falling out in the 80s to 90s. A lot of people kind of shied away from Rieslings because they were very, very dry, and a lot of people didn't like that. If you are one of those people that kind of shied away from Rieslings because you tried them back in the day, please try them again. I'll be discussing on the labels how you can kind of tell whether it's dry, whether it's sweet. There are different words to look for to kind of help guide you as to what you're going to be tasting within that bottle. But let's start with the Chateau St Michelle. I'll let you do the honors. You can describe the
label on the back.
The label on the back and all that. We had we already ate some of it because I wanted to get my little foundation set. But we have pork chop and we have Caesar salad. Again, Caesar salad and Reisling wine is probably one of my favorite pairings.
So this is the Chateau St Michelle Cold Creek vineyard. This one is, of course, from the Columbia Valley. It's a 2019. On here it does say that it was planted in the 1970s. Cold Creek is one of the Washington's oldest and most acclaimed vineyards. Character builds season after season in the growth rings and the old woody vines. This is warm, dry growing conditions, and so this is optimal for irrigation. To slowly ripen the grapes, resulting in ripe fruit intensity, following by a crisp finish with a unique old vine signature. This one's classified as medium dry, and the alcohol content is 12.5%.
Now, Columbia Valley for Rieslings in the United States is what I prefer. Finger Lakes, New York is the other big place where Rieslings in the United States come from. There are many states that do it, but Finger Lakes, New York, and the Columbia Valley are the two probably most widely known and preferred areas for the Riesling wine in the United States. So that's why we did that. We started off with the United States one because it's most familiar to us, and then we're going to do the other three very highly acclaimed regions in the world for Rieslings.
I apologize. This is a little more than a sip.
Now with Rieslings, two kind of shades that you're going to see are like a golden yellow, which is what this one is. You can kind of see. Where's my paper? Here's your paper. So you can kind of see it. It's got like a little kind of hint to a yellow. Mm-hmm. You will see that, or you will see almost like water. It'll be very, very, very clear. And this is, like she said, this is the Cold Creek Vineyard from Chateau St Michelle. I'll show that to you.
Thank you. I did not wear an
No,
appropriate shirt
you're good.
to...
Let me read this part. I have so much written down, you guys, because there's so many things I did not want to forget to tell you guys about Riesling wines. This is my passion. I'm gonna go off. I'm gonna take you guys to church tonight. Okay, so Riesling is an aromatic grape variety displaying flowery, almost perfumed aromas as well as high acidity. It is used to make dry, semi-sweet, sweet, and sparkling white wines. Mm-hmm. Riesling wines are usually they are usually varietally pure and seldom are oaked. As of 2004, Riesling was estimated to be the world's 20th most grown variety, and in terms of importance for quality wines, it is usually included in the top 3 white wine varieties together with Chardonnay and Sauvignon Blanc.
Wow.
So a lot of people sleep on these, and a lot of people, when I talk about Rieslings, they're like, I've never even heard of Riesling. So this is why, for me, it was important to get this one out, because if you haven't tried them, please, please, please try one of these. We'll get to what we like and what we don't like. Again, I have not had any of these. This one comes very highly regarded, so this was a must. I have to get that one. This one, I wanted to try a different variety from her, so that's one about these. I have never had a Riesling from Austria or France, so I'm very excited about that.
I didn't even know they made Rieslings in France.
Alsace is, well, we're going to get to that. Alsace is where you got to look for France. Smells like a typical Riesling, very flowery, very fruity. This girl knows how to make some Rieslings. Oh my God. Okay, so judging this based on the other Chateau St Michelle that you've had, what would you say about this one? Do you find it's any different?
I feel like it's been so long since I've had Chateau St Michelle. I was telling my partner on my way over.
I'm gonna try it with some salad, please.
I don't drink Rieslings that much. I'm learning with you guys tonight. I don't remember what I tasted, liked, didn't like.
Take a drink and then take a bite of your salad. It's the best pairing ever, you guys. Rieslings and Caesar salad for the win!
That didn't make it better.
Right?
Yeah.
There is something about the Caesar dressing and a Riesling that is like the perfect marriage of tastes. I love it.
I was not that big of a fan of the Chateau St Michelle though. This is very dry.
Again, this one is not even that dry.
Well, maybe, okay, so I won't say dry. It's, like almost twangy, like a Sauvignon Blanc.
Yes, you will get, and that's the acidity. You will get a little bit of the twang on the sides, but this one is not bad. I've had some that are like I just had a sweet tart. This one's not bad at all. If you like the standard Chateau, I don't know why I can't say that tonight. Chateau St Michelle that you normally get in bars and restaurants, you will like this one.
I'm gonna rinse my glass out.
See, that to me, I could drink that all day long. I don't need food. I think that one's wonderful. Okay, so now, I already discussed that. I'm gonna wait to do that as we go through the wines. Okay, so let me get one more paragraph in. I'm gonna try to do this in increments so that you guys aren't feeling like you're in a PowerPoint deck. Riesling wines are often consumed when they are young. While they are a fruity and aromatic wine with usually a crisp taste due to the high acidity. That's what you're tasting, is that. However, Riesling's naturally high acidity and pronounced fruit flavors give wines made from this grape exceptional aging potential, which is not known by very many people, but wait till you hear this. International wine experts rate aged German Rieslings highly, some being hundreds of years old. Wow. Sweet Riesling wines are especially suited for cellaring. Yeah, cellaring.
Yeah, we put in a cellar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since the high sugar content provides for additional preservation. However, high quality dry or off dry Riesling wine is also known to have been enjoyable at an age exceeding 100 years.
Wow.
Exceeding. I said it. Exceeding 100 years. More common aging periods for Riesling wines would be 5 to 15 years for dry, 10 to 20 for semi-sweet, and then 10 to 30 or more for sweet versions. Wow. So when you're tasting a lot of these wines, a lot of them are very young. They are not oaked, like they said. They're usually pure. They are not usually oaked because they are just good young. It's just how it is. This one's a 2019 in this area is a great year because of the weather that they had during that whole season. But that is actually really good.
Is it?
So, yeah. So now we're going to go to Germany. Germany, going to go to the homeland. This is Dr. Loosen's. This is a 2021 Riesling. If you have not had any of Dr. Loosen's wines, they usually come very highly recommended. Very highly recommended. So this was a must for me. So now we're going to get into the regions and the taste characteristics that you will see within these regions. Again, Germany is the birthplace of Rieslings. So the places you want to look for when you're looking for a German Riesling, in my opinion, is Mosel and Rheingau. Those are the two ones that are kind of the oldest. They have been doing it the longest. So this one I think is from Mosel, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, Mosel.
So in cool climates such as Germany, Riesling wines tend to exhibit apple and tree fruit notes with noticeable levels of acidity that are sometimes balanced with residual sugar. So this one is probably, does it say on there that's Trocken?
It had this guy, whatever that is. Quasi fine. I don't know what that means. Forgive me. I don't think that's one.
You know what? I actually had that information. I believe that means that it's on the sweet side.
Is it? Mm-hmm. It does say on there, I was reading through it, that it was going to be a little more crisp and fruity. Mm-hmm. This Riesling's more mineral rich from the Mosel Valley, and its ideal companion with mildly spicy stir-fry dishes or an Indian curry. This one is only an 8.5% alcohol content. So this is
you already did pour mine. Okay.
Yes.
Thought I still had more from the first one.
No, this is lots.
This is lighter than the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can show you.
This one smells more minerally too.
This is lighter than the other one. The other one almost had a little more yellow tinge to this. This is more on the watery color side. This is a little more pungent on the nose. The other one smelled sweeter. This, like you said, it has more
like the minerally.
Mm-hmm.
Herbal.
German wines, Riesling wines, I should say, are typically a little more bold. We'll see what you think about this one. Very smooth on the front end.
That was better. Oh, there it is.
Do that into the camera. What'd you do?
Oh. Like my father. You get a one and done. That's it. Not bad. I want to like these. Like, maybe this is how you feel with my Zinfandels. I want to like these.
And if you don't, then it is what it is. Again, you're not going to always agree on what you like versus what I like, and that's okay. Try it with the Caesar.
I need a pork chop in my life.
Did I already say that Rieslings and Caesar salad is a match made in heaven?
Mm-hmm.
So good. This is actually more palatable than the first one. The smell is a little off-putting at first, but it's smoother and not as dry as the Chateau one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that one.
Now I understand why they come so highly regarded. That
Fun
was
fact.
really good.
You ready for a fun fact that you didn't?
I'm ready
think
for a
of?
fun fact.
Fun fact. So when you see us doing our tastings and we swig some water after the fact, water changes the pH in your mouth for like, I want to say 10 to 15 seconds, if not 30 seconds. So because we do a little talking and then we sip on our wines after X amount of seconds or so, like almost a minute, it's no problem. I was looking into like, oh my goodness, you guys are drinking water. Like, isn't that going to change your guys' taste palette or what have you? It could. Like, if we had all these like poured in glasses, then it could. But because we're doing the glasses, a little swig of water, talking with you guys, and then enjoying some more wine, it's an honest,
Even more fun fact.
fun fact.
So this is something that most people do not know. When sommeliers and the wine experts are doing their tastings and they're there for like a whole day kind of thing, what do you think they drink to rebalance their taste buds?
Coffee.
A Riesling.
Really?
Believe it or not, because of how dry and zingy they are, it energizes your palate to almost like reset.
Really?
I have found several people have said that when they were going to the sommelier school, that when they felt like they couldn't really taste notes anymore, that they would take a sip of a Riesling and it almost like reinvigorated their palate again.
That is super. Fun fact. There you go.
Fun fact. No charge for that one, by the way. All right, so our next one, this is Austria. Okay, this one is Kremstal Reserve. This is from Winzer Krems. It is a 2020 version. Oh, that wine bottle is really nice. Actually, it really doesn't say a whole lot.
It's probably because it's in. You've got to drink the wine. I'm
This
just
is
kidding.
Austria.
I don't know.
This one is 13.5. This is very beautiful art. I hope you can see that.
Yeah,
That's very pretty.
There was a couple versions of this one. That's why I was really nervous, but it's the right one for our review.
Okay, so go ahead and pour that while I give them the breakdown on
Give it to
Austria.
Oh, geez, sorry, that's the cashews.
Okay, so Austria, what you want to look for as far as region goes is the Wachau, Wachau. That is one of their well-known areas in Austria for Riesling wine manufacturing. And then France is also coming up next. So the taste palette that you'll get and the characteristics from these two regions are similar. They're a late. God, what is wrong with me? I cannot speak
You're
today.
excited.
I'm so excited.
Your brain's going
I feel
faster.
I feel like Beavis over here. Okay.
You got this.
A late ripening variety that is grown in warmer climates such as Alsace and parts of Austria, which are where these two are from, can develop more citrus and peach notes. So again, depending on the climate, it changes the taste characteristics of the actual grape. So it's very interesting. That's why I wanted to kind of do this whole tour, because I haven't had a Riesling from those two parts. So I'm excited to try it from Austria. Okay, this is back a little more yellow, like the first one was.
Since yellow.
Hope you guys can see that. It's a little more gold. And did I show you?
Yep.
I did show you the bottle. Okay.
This is more perfumey smelling than
It does smell very citrusy. This is probably, I hope the camera didn't catch that.
Woo! You got this.
I did a gleek. Oh my God. That's what happens when it gets you right there in the back. I can't wait to see her reaction to this one. That was a big wide eye after just putting it in your mouth. I'm going to say no to this one. She doesn't like it.
Oh gosh. You know, Jay told me to control my faces.
This is a dry. Whoa. This is a dry one, folks. Wow. Okay, so when I'm talking about dry Rieslings, dry. That's a dry. That's desert mirage in the background dry.
You're over here judging my eye twitch. You know, I already have an eye twitch going on. Now the right eye is doing.
Okay, hold on. Try it with some food.
Okay.
Let's give it
Sorry. I'm so sorry. This should
a chance to make up.
Make up to break up.
I can still taste it. This one this one lingers. Not gonna lie. So if you are not a fan of its taste, it's not gonna go away anytime soon. Give you a little chills.
Folks, I don't like it. We can tell which one is not my favorite.
Okay. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. However, if I was sitting at home on a Sunday and I'm making my jewelry and I just want a glass of wine, that is not what I'm going to go to. If I'm sitting down having a meal with somebody, definitely going to be more palatable. These first two do not need food at all. This one, I feel like I could sit there and sip it, but I wouldn't want to. Yeah. If that was all I had to drink, I would be like, yeah, it's fine. I'll drink it. But it wouldn't be my go-to. I would much rather choose one of these two if I was just sitting down doing nothing. So before we get to France, I already talked about its characteristics, but let me tell you about the other place that is well known for Riesling. Sorry, I'm trying to read and focus. I can't do both clearly. So South Australia in Clare and Eden Valleys is also another place that is very well known for Rieslings. In Australia, Rieslings are often noted for characteristic lime notes that tend to emerge. So again, if you're looking for a specific, if you say, oh, I'd like to try it with a lime, then get one from the Eden or the Clare Valleys in South Australia. If you like more peachy stuff, then definitely try something from France or Austria, which we haven't tried the France one yet, so I'm
so excited.
Let me see, what else did I want to read on here? We were talking about, you can pour me the next one while I'm talking about this. Getting back to pairing with foods. It says Riesling is a versatile wine for pairing with food because of its balance of sugar and acidity. It can be paired with white fish, pork, which we have, and is one of the few wines that can stand up to stronger flavors and spices of Thai and Chinese cuisine. And they were even talking about curry on the back of that one. So, as with other white wines, dry Riesling is generally served at a cool 52 degrees Fahrenheit or 11 degrees Celsius, however it works in your part. Sweeter Rieslings are often served warmer, which I did not understand because typically if you want it, to me, if it's sweeter, I almost want it colder to palate how sweet it is because I'm not a fan of really sweet wines. I prefer dry wines. But I find that if it's colder, I guess I don't feel like I taste the sugar as much, which might be wrong. I might have to redo my thinking and try one warm and see what I think. But I wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
Rieslings tend to be a lighter weight and therefore suitable to a wide range of foods. Rieslings can also serve as a good balance to foods that have a high salt content. So, again, you really can't go wrong with this. No matter what somebody's serving for dinner, it's probably going to go just fine with it. Seafood, pork, Chinese, Thai, Middle Eastern food, you can't go wrong.
Fun fact?
You just want to have a spicy broth and a glass of wine? Riesling's choice.
Did you know?
Did you know?
You do know because I told you. So did you know?
Ooh. That smells good.
It does smell good. That's why I said something.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you know?
Ooh.
Which?
Happy That one smells good.
Let me get this out. Which direction you swirl? So like I'm going.
Go ahead, tell them.
What am I doing? Clockwise? Counter. This is counterclockwise. And then, gotta wait for it to stop. And that's clockwise. So, the direction that you swirl your wine, you get different characteristics from it. I didn't know why. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then I tested it out.
Go ahead, tell us.
It does. So, going clockwise,
That way.
this way,
Mm-hmm.
will give you, grab.
That's a great story.
It will give you more fruit because Jay does it that way. It'll give you the more fruit and like aromatic flavors and notes and everything like that going counter, which is the way I naturally do it because I'm right-handed.
And I'm swirling mine from the right, so that's how I'm getting mine today.
Yes.
Actually, I should swirl it the other way so that we can
compare and contrast. We were supposed to. It's okay. We'll do it next time. So I go counter. And like especially with all the reds and stuff like that, I get a lot more of the oaky. The
Ooh, it
leathery.
doesn't smell the same when you swirl it the other way.
I know. That's how Jay and I
What?
found out. That's how Jay and I found out. Yours is gonna be more pretty and fruity, and mine's gonna be more of the like oak and tannins. Yeah. So in fact, try it out. Grab a bottle, and I'm going counter still.
Dude, that's wild.
So there you go. The more you know. Ready?
Probably means it's gonna change how it tastes to me.
It wasn't good the other way.
Swirl it the other way. It tastes fine.
I don't like it.
Oh, it does get you a little more. I might have to edit that out. Woo!
So do you? I feel like I should go back then. Maybe I've been jacking myself out without knowing. That's the way you did it. So I'm gonna go.
It is easier.
You're triggered.
It tastes.
You're triggered. She's triggered, folks. PTSD.
Doc, I have Riesling PTSD. No, okay. The first drink I had didn't have that, and I didn't feel that until I drank it with the way you were swirling it.
Well, I'm gonna go clockwise. Clocking around.
It'd be easier if you did that in your left hand.
I can't do it on my left hand. I promise you.
You can put it on the table and swirl.
She thinks I'm a newbie. Look at this. I don't need no table. Folks, help me out here. Mm-hmm.
I need some salad.
Yeah, much nicer the other way. So, folks, I don't know about you, but
Are we gonna have to tell them how to swirl the wine now?
Yep. We're gonna have. I'll do counter. You do clock because you're left-handed. From here forward, that's our commitment to you. Whew. I'm just gonna eat my salad.
The salad helps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, not bad. Not as dry as this one. But I gotta tell you, these two are much, much better. I would still drink those if they were at a friend's house and this is what they had.
Mm-hmm.
I would still drink those because if I had started with one of those, I probably wouldn't have known any different. But when you go from very too smooth wines to that, there definitely is a change in gears, I guess you could say, within your mouth where these little things get activated and you can't help but just squint.
Mm-hmm. My Botox eyebrow really gets going. It grinds my gears.
Okay, so rinse your...
Oh, I did.
Okay.
Oh, the cup? Oh.
I'm going to have you pour this one into your glass and this one into mine glass.
Mine
Mine.
powers.
By the way, Would you guys like to see our blooper reel? Because there's sometimes after we turn this off and we just continue having fun. But let me know. Let me know down below if you'd like to see our bloopers and our funny moments afterwards.
Yeah.
Like when we didn't realize we were still filming. Yeah.
It was a good like 5-7 minutes. It was good.
Or we tried to do 2 episodes on the same day.
Yo.
We do one at a time now.
We do one. Or, you know, midnight karaoke on a work night. It's fine. It's fine. We still do what we gotta do. Are we going clockwise or counter? Now I need to know. I was doing counter, so I'm gonna go clock now. Don't judge me, folks. I'm right-handed and I'm useless with my left.
I don't think that this one would matter which way you're going because it's so smooth.
Well, that's great. I'm still gonna swirl it.
Okay, so now, before I drink this, let's discuss the elephant in the room because I told you we were going to get to it.
What is the elephant?
So, most Rieslings, if you speak to wine enthusiasts or wine aficionados, they talk about Riesling having the aroma or the taste of petrol or gasoline or
gas?
Mm-hmm. Now, some do. I don't know if it's because I'm 50% German. I really, really don't taste it. I didn't taste it in any of these wines tonight. Did you taste it in any of them?
I mean,
I didn't bring it up because I didn't want you to go there without it really being led there.
No, I mean, not gasoline-y, but like,
so
I have a headache. I mean, I definitely have a headache.
What?
I have a headache.
From this?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I was telling you, this drink's like a Sauvignon Blanc for me. I have a headache.
Oh, well, I'm very disappointed at that.
My German did not come through, I guess, in my genetics, sorry.
Let's discuss a couple things. So, like in Germany, especially in Mosel and Rheingau, where their vineyards are, they have a lot of gray slate in their landscape, so that changes the taste palette. In other places, they have different minerals and stuff, so that also changes their taste palette. But the characteristic about Rieslings that many find off-putting is the infamous petrol character. The reason your Riesling smells and tastes like gasoline is due to a chemical compound called TDN, which I cannot pronounce. I'm not going to butcher it. I did not, because it's like
T like Tango, D like Delta,
and like Nora. You can look this up and find out the actual name of it, but it is very long, and I wasn't even going to butcher it because I knew I'd be 4 bottles in by this point.
Can we talk about and like Nora?
And like Nora. Hush. Okay, so it's a chemical compound called TDN, which forms as a result of the decomposition of the veins within the grape due to the ripeness or age. So it is not something that comes from the earth. It is not something that comes from an outside thing like they're spraying pesticides or nothing like that. It is just this grape varietal, depending on how the grapes kind of age. It'll take on that smell or that taste in some wines. Now again, I didn't taste it in any of these wines tonight. I have tasted it before on other wines, but for these, I haven't smelt it, I haven't tasted it, and she didn't pick up on it on any of them, and we've been discussing what we smell and all this stuff, so.
Just florally. Like I said, this just smells a lot like Sauvignon Blanc, and like I said, I don't do well with the Sauvignon Blanc.
And what's funny is I haven't tasted very many Sauvignon Blancs, so I don't know how this translates to that because I really haven't had very many of them in my life. If I drink white wine, it's usually a Riesling.
Well, then we'll do headache number 2. Excuse her. Sauvignon Blancs is next.
Not next. We gotta give you a break.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. That's love. See, we love you so much, we'll get a headache drinking this nonsense for you.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to go.
Okay, now hold on. Go back to this one because I feel like that is the sweetest one and the smoothest one of them all.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Guess who's getting 4 bottles of Rieslings tonight?
I even brought my extra thingy and I don't even need it. So we have the vacuum bins and I was like, oh, maybe I'll like one. I'll take one home. It's going to stay in my purse.
Okay, these are getting drank first. I'll get to those if I get to those.
Fun fact.
Do you like that again now?
I mean, it's better. It doesn't want to make me cry my eyes out.
I saw no reaction.
No reaction. I mean, if we're talking about acidic to bearable, you know, if I drank these, I would think I could not drink red wines, which is so funny because I love a good dry tannic wine, but not super tannic. Like I don't like, as you guys saw, I don't like the what was it? It was the Tempranillo that we did. That one wasn't very good in my opinion. It was just super duper tannic, like just dry without needing a purpose of being dry.
I'm not a Tempranillo person at all.
Just chug it up, bottoms up, dang. I don't like that. I'll just have a cashew.
Well, after I was drinking that, I wanted to go back to this, and this is okay.
Ooh, cashew.
My winner of the night, the Dr. Lucen, absolutely. Now that I went back between these two,
yeah.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is how I would rate these. So if you're looking at, I wish I would have wrote down the prices. That's what we forgot to do.
Oh, no, we didn't.
Do you still have my picture?
Yep, I do. Oh,
Okay.
please. I'm being unprofessional.
I like giving you guys the prices because I feel like if I'm budget conscious and I'm looking to only spend $20 or less, that's going to gear my decision. If the sky's the limit and you don't care how much you spend, then I'm telling you there's some Rieslings out there that are hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, fast. Like 70, 80. I was like,
Yeah.
no ma'am. No ma'am. No.
But
So
a lot of those are the aged ones too. Okay, so the Dr. Lucen
was $11.99.
And that's the best one. Either I'm a cheap drunk or Dr. Lucen just knows what he's doing. Because $11, are you kidding me? This is a great wine for that price. I thought you were going to say like $27.
Nope, that's this one. No, I lied. $27 is the German one.
$11? No, this is the German one.
What the hell was this?
That's Austria.
No. Oh yeah, it's Austria. I lied.
France.
Sorry, forgive me.
US. German.
I'm blind.
My people from the homeland who first grew these Riesling grapes, they know what they're doing. $11. Dude, get this bottle. Get this bottle. If you've never had a Riesling, start with this one. That's a great price for as good as that wine is.
Yeah, that one's
wow.
bad. So $11.99. Then you have the Chateau St Michelle. This specific one was $16.99.
Still a good price for as good as that wine is.
The one from Alsace, the French one, this was $29.99. This is the most expensive one we had. And then the Winzer Krems Riesling Krusenberg Reserve,
And
$27.
That's from Austria.
Yes.
So Alsace, France was the most expensive. The one we liked the best was the least expensive. So that just goes to show you guys that sometimes the price is not indicative of a great wine. And again, everybody's tastes are different. I might have somebody else try these 4 wines and they may like a different one than I did. I've been drinking Rieslings since I was 21 years old, so I've had quite a few.
Yeah.
So I do know the difference between a good one and a bad one. If you are just trying dry wines, this is a good one to start with because it's not too dry. It is dry, but it is not as dry as
those.
This one was. No, this
that
one
was the driest, yeah.
This one was the driest one. This I do not recommend for a beginner Riesling drinker at all.
And even so, I know we talked about it a couple different times, just kind of coming back to come forward for relevance again, just to continue to make points. I actually had someone talk to me about it today. They were like, oh, I don't know, I don't want this one, it's a twist off. And I was like, stop, put it in your cart. So,
yeah,
this one is twist, this one is cork, this one is cork, this one is twist. So, do with that as you may. The cork in the middle, the ones on the end were twist, didn't have a preference. It was just what's in the bottle itself. So, again, fun fact, prove us wrong, let us know. What do you think? What do you find?
And so what I wish I could, so the information that I'm needing is on my phone, and we're recording on my phone, so I can't get it for you. But I do know that if you see, if this is German wines again, because that's what I know the most of. If you see Trocken, the word Trocken on the label, that means it's dry. And then there's like a Habertrocken, which is an off dry. And then there's another one that's like,
I know the sweetest is like Eiswein.
Eiswein, which is German for
ice
wine.
That's also expensive. I really
expensive.
want to do ice wine. So,
but that's the beauty of Riesling, because they can pick them in several different, like a lot of grapes, they have to pick them at a specific time. With Rieslings, they can pick them early in the harvest. They can pick them while it's in the main, like, boom. They can pick them late in the harvest, or they can pick it when they are in the ice version. So they're literally iced on the vine. And some of them, if they're super, super sweet, what that means is they have picked the grapes when they've almost gotten to like a raisin-y kind of state where they're all shriveled up, and it's so concentrated in that little shriveled up grape. But that's the beauty of Riesling. You can get the whole gamut. So if you want a super sweet one, then you just tell somebody at Total Wine, I want the sweetest Riesling you have. And it would be absolutely disgusting to me. But if that's what you like, that's what you like. I don't like them super, super dry like this one. I like them kind of midpoint off dry. To where we still have some dryness, but it's not making me go like a sweet tart.
I think there's 7, not classifications, but like categories almost. Like I know I read something too, and it could just be different regions, different names for it.
Right.
So there was one that was like the QBA or QDA. I don't know. Now I gotta come back. QBA, I think, is what it was the driest, and then Eiswein is the sweetest, and then you have like Cabernet, you have Alsace, but it's not from, or Alsace. So not from France, but it's the category of it.
I literally have a lot of stuff that are like pictures of information to help you if you want to try to find a Riesling that's kind of in your taste palette. So I will be putting pictures down below so that you can read what I forgot to put on my paper. Because it does discuss the Cabernet, it discusses the Eiswein, it discusses a lot of things, the Trocken, the Habertrocken. So I will put that information down in the comments, so that way, if you're looking for a little more information as far as where to go and what kind of wine you like, if you normally like super sweeter ones, like I said, it'll tell you sweet to extra dry.
Yeah.
So look for that when we post the video. So which one was your favorite? The Dr. Lucen?
Dr. Lucen, yep.
But is that something that you would go out and buy just to sip?
No, I would not buy Riesling.
Okay. And that's my favorite. And that's why I wanted to do it, is because I'm passionate about Rieslings, and I know that she's more into reds, which I am as well now. But if I have a white wine, which is rare, but if I'm feeling like I don't want anything super heavy, or I'm having a meal that I would prefer a white wine with, it's going to be a Riesling every single time. I don't really drink any other white wines. I typically stick to Rieslings only.
Whereas I would go with Chenin Blanc. So I mean, like I said, I want to dive us into. We could probably do that one if you want to try like Chenin Blanc and Vieux Noir. We're gonna see what it was.
I'll let you decide where we're going next, because this was my week. This was my preference. This was me saying, let me take you on a trip around the world with Rieslings and try some that from regions I've never tried, and just we know what is comfortable. Let's get uncomfortable and try stuff we haven't had. So, but thank you for trying it. I'm thankful that you at least tried it. I'm sorry you have a headache.
It's okay. Tylenol for the win. Hashtag Tylenol sponsor me. No, I'm just kidding.
I am gonna be drinking Riesling for the next few nights. Yay!
Yes.
So I'm excited. I love Riesling. Again, I probably can't say that enough. I've probably said it 30 times. If I've bored you with all of my fun facts, I'm so sorry, but I wanted to get as much information out there as possible on something that I'm very passionate about. If you have any questions about any Rieslings, anything that I didn't cover, ask them down below. I will respond and I will answer any questions that you have. We got all these prices from Total Wine. I think we said it in the last video. Total Wine is our go-to. They are very knowledgeable. If you walk in there and you say, hey, I want to try a Riesling from this region, I don't know where to go, I don't know which bottle to pick, because it can be overwhelming with how many choices there are.
Absolutely.
Just find one of those people there. They will guide you. They will help you. They will help you to find probably the wine that you're going to love the most out of the 100 that are available to you.
Yes.
So hashtag Total Wine. We love them. Do you have any last thoughts?
I'm ready to eat the rest of my dinner.
She's ready to eat the rest of her dinner. Okay, well then I guess we will close. If you've enjoyed your time with us here tonight, with us being silly and goofy and me doing my happy dance, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below so that you don't miss out on any future episodes.
Yes.
We typically have a new episode every Wednesday. So, but if you hit the subscribe button, you'll always be known. And we also have an Instagram page. It's called the Wine Cellar 2022, right? I'll put a link to that in the comments below too. Actually, in the description. I'll put it in the description. So you can find our Instagram page. We do have some pictures there and kind of upcoming stuff that's coming. So,
and even like one-offy, fine.
Is that even a word?
Forget it. It is today. One-offy.
And there goes my fork. That's going to make the blooper reel.
One-off kind of sipping and enjoying things too. I know I made like a vodka sauce dish and had just a random one-off kind of drinking, exploring. So it might not be a full-blown extravaganza, but check out the Instagram too.
And I want to go to a wine festival and do a live just so that you guys can kind of see all the different wines that we're taking.
So more to come.
Yes, more to come.
All right.
If you have any ideas of where we should go for next week, let us know.
I'm waiting.
I'm Dawn.
I'm Sabrina.
Thank you for spending your night with us at the Wine Cellar. Peace out.